No, I was telling you before. I
Yeah.
was gonna drop. We were talking about Galveston, Texas.
Yep.
Classic location in Texas. Had a book written about it, about the 100-year storms. I don't know if you ever had to read that book.
Yes. I never read the book.
Yeah.
But yeah, a bunch of people died in a tragic hurricane.
Yeah.
Also, it's a place to go and pretend you have beach culture in Texas.
Yeah.
And it's still BP, thanks to British Petroleum, it still literally stinks.
Well, is that why the water is so horrible there?
I think it already was not great.
I mean,
and I think that made it.
Galveston Beach is like if you poured sand on like a pit of heroin needles and you just walk around. This is the beach. And
Yeah.
I was born in Galveston, Texas. That's why we're bringing it up. We were talking about something before.
It's where people like, you know how Trump's skin looks? That's where people, that's where that comes from.
Honestly,
that's where you find that in nature.
Yeah,
Galveston.
I would say Trump's skin is Galveston.
It's just Galveston.
It's Galveston.
Yeah.
That's facts.
People say Cheeto dust. That's offensive. He's just from Galveston.
Imagine if you're walking on Trump. You're a tiny person and you're just walking on Trump's skin. That is the experience of Galveston.
Yeah,
and I love Galveston. I was born there.
Anyway, yeah. So what's your Galveston lore?
Dude, one of the most nightmarish things that's ever my parents could have ever. You know when parents do some shit that's funny to them that they don't think you'll ever remember. But oh boy, do I remember. That shit that was like a recurring. Anyway,
they didn't know about trauma yet.
They're like, "What's the subconscious?"
Exactly.
Don't worry about
Your
that.
brain could store it in a hard drive deep
all
within.
This goes away immediately once we do it. He'll never remember. Anyway, in the same moments I could walk. Just in such a small window of time. This is when my parents were together. They were never together when I was a baby. My dad just came to visit, so I remember this. My dad came to Galveston.
Even the backstory is sad. I haven't even gotten to the sad part yet. Just the context.
That's just normal shit.
It is. Yes.
But in this memory, because in my mind, I never it's so crazy because in my mind, I'm like, I met my dad when I was like 6. When he came to San Marcos to visit my mom while she was going through school. And then again, when I was like 13, I really met my dad. That's when he took care of me and maybe moved to Memphis with him. But then I was like, wait, oh yeah. For some reason, he was in Galveston one time and it was nighttime and we were the only people on Galveston Beach. And I was a baby. I was wearing diapers.
Wow.
Still could barely walk. And I'll never forget this shit. My mom and dad pretended. They taught me a thing about this, a thing called a ceto. Basically, in the sand, you can get sucked in by, I guess, forces. They'd be like, watch where you step.
Like quicksand?
Yeah, basically quicksand, but it's like a ceto. You can get, sucked in by the...
Is like the current?
Water, sand, current. I don't know. I can't remember what, exactly. But that's, the concept. Conceptually, what they were telling me. Like, there's...
The legend of the ceto.
Yeah, well, so and it's nighttime, and it's ocean... And they do that. They tell me that, and then they go into the ocean, and they just pretend to get sucked in by the ocean. Oh my gosh. And I'm on the shore, yeah, I'm crying. Please, Druddy, please.
Oh man!
And they're like, I remember them laughing. They're like, oh, we're going in. That shit. And it was dark. The water was drawing them. That shit was nightmare fuel.
Of course. That's something you do to the one friend in your friend group that y'all pick on, you know? When you're younger than having a child of your own.
Literally. I think about that shit all the time. I was like, they don't know how much that.
And you were in your diapers. That really did fuck you up.
The fact that imprinted on my the memory's so strong because I've had it it has been just cataloged with memories.
Wow.
For my entire
That's the type
life.
of memory it takes a hypnotist therapist to take out of you.
It was never locked down. It was always present. I always look at my mom sometimes and be like, you remember that time you fucked me up when I was a baby?
That's your first true memory. That's when you actually became conscious.
Yeah.
You're like, wait a minute. I'm a being.
Fear brought me online. Oh my God. Survival.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, we were talking about Galveston and that just
great story. Sorry that happened to you. Sorry about that, bro.
No, that's not what I just, when something you get triggered and you're like, I have to retell this right now.
Yeah.
Sorry, my inner world is in turmoil right now.
Yeah. You see a group of kids playing Marco Polo, but then your mental is like brain blast.
Mom!
Jimmy Neutron.
Why is that 35-year-old man screaming for his parents? No, not my dad. Get that!
Now you're traumatizing new kids, and the cycle continues. All right, we're back. As Ashton wipes his tears, he says they're fun tears.
Good tears.
We're not going to question that. We're just going to accept that and not unpack that. So yeah, we're here to talk about the police. Unfortunately, we are back. I know it sucks. We've had to take some episodes off recently.
The most consistent podcast. In America.
Look, we had 2 blizzards.
Yeah.
And then last weekend, I was very sick, and Ashton was out of town.
I was in town, but I had to go.
Award ceremony.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had to go.
You're always missing out on stuff because people are giving you awards.
No one's giving me an award. I'm losing awards.
People make you think you might be getting an award.
I have to show face. And then watch as John Oliver's team walks up for the nighttime. Nigga, do y'all even want this shit anymore?
Yeah.
They get to go up half-ass speeches. Shit, nigga. Man, I don't even. Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
You don't even care. They sending a B team in to say acceptance speeches and shit.
Yeah, it's like they're a writer assistant.
Give it up for the janitor. Yeah, but
well, look, I got your back. So our Cops the Podcast official stance is fuck John Oliver.
You know. That is half of Cops the Pod. I don't know if I can say that in this job market.
You can. I say it. I say it for my own reasons.
I
won't say what they are.
You know what? I don't really fuck with the British. I will say that.
Yeah, I don't fuck with the British.
I don't fuck with patriotism at all. But I do like not liking British people. Like, that's fun.
Yeah.
Like, that's the original. Like, that beef was never mine for real. But it is fun to, like, hop in on fuck the British.
Yeah. I hate British rap. I think British rap, them doing rap is worse than what they did to India. That's what I think. Colonization of India, number 2. Having to hear them rap, that's number 1 atrocity.
I have to agree. I don't know if I can say the same. It's the same as, they did the partition, right? What the fuck did they do in India?
Yeah.
Okay. Brace don't work. I don't know if they stole y'all spices and shit.
It was a lot. We don't really have time to go into it.
Okay, yeah.
The estimation is that they stole $40 trillion from
It had to be
India
more than spice. Okay, is that really what it's the money? It had to be more than
colonization.
Spice. Okay.
Killed people, stoked ethnic tensions, caused a partition, broke up the country, 1 million people died, and just colonized. Killed. We don't have to go into it. It's not all right. We're not a history podcast. This will be me and Ashton. One day we'll sit down over lunch, and I'll tell you about
all of
colonization.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's a new topic I'm trying to learn about this.
Actually, how do you pronounce that?
Colon? You're not going nowhere there. We're not going nowhere.
Colon, hey, yo.
Hey. Not my colon.
All right.
Sorry.
So, yes, we do. Believe it or not, listeners, we have a podcast about the police.
Yes.
And here is some of the headlines that the American police made in the last week. Starting here, cops in Columbia, Maryland, fatally shoot an autistic man in his home for people with disabilities. R.I.P. Alexander Lamorei.
Cops in London, Kentucky are facing a lawsuit after fatally shooting a misidentified man while he experienced a mental health crisis. R.I.P. Travis Pratt.
ICE cops in Arizona cause a man to die in their custody after refusing him medical care for his tooth infection. R.I.P. Emmanuel Damas.
Cop in Baltimore kills a man by punching him in the head and causing him brain damage. R.I.P. Samuel Brown.
Cop in New York City is charged after drinking, driving, and fatally crashing into a man. R.I.P. Manuel Boitel.
ICE cops in Texas are on a video fatally shooting a man in his car while he's trying to cooperate. R.I.P. Ruben Ray Martinez.
ICE cops have a man die in their custody. R.I.P. Alberto Gutierrez Reyes.
Cop in Georgia who illegally entered a man's home and fatally shot him while he was sleeping in his bed avoids jail time. R.I.P. Mirando Salmon.
ICE cops in Texas have been caught holding a betting pool on which detainee will commit suicide next.
Cop in D.C. is indicted for drugging and assaulting nearly a dozen women.
2 cops in NYC are facing charges for breaking into a brothel, groping a sex worker, and stealing money from her purse.
Cop in Detroit is charged after stealing intimate photos and videos from a woman's phone.
Cop in Florida is arrested after using the police database to illegally get the license plate of a woman to pull her over after meeting her while doing security for a TV show filming.
Cop in NYC is arrested for sexual assault.
Cop in New Haven, Connecticut pleads guilty to possession of child sex abuse material.
Cop in Chicago is arrested for solicitation of child sex abuse material and sexual assault of a minor.
Cop in Collierville, Tennessee is charged with domestic assault.
Cops in Chisago County, Minnesota. Chisago? Cop in Chisago County, Minnesota, who was sentenced for sexually assaulting sexual assault victims, cost the city $7.5 million. What the fuck?
Yeah, that was a little doozy of a roundup of headlines.
We should just give that to the Hulk anytime he needs to transform. Read this list.
Yeah.
Cop. Dude, what to a fucking in sexually assaulted sexual assault victims?
Yeah.
Nigga.
Yeah.
What?
And he was high up. Might have been the chief. He had a high position. Maybe he wasn't the chief, but I remember he had a high position, and was doing the opposite of what they're supposed to do. Not protecting, but preying on the vulnerable.
It's
preying
just,
on victims.
What? I know.
It is always unbelievable. It's good. I think it's honestly good to keep the what's the word I'm looking for? Keep being unbelieved by all this shit every week.
It creates a pit in your stomach the shit that's like, damn, dude, this guy was a trusted public servant who made it high up in the ranks. But you don't. I assume you don't get these type of positions without people being like, "Oh, I trust this guy." It's just such a It's just so.
If you want to talk about, if anyone has any sort of wild delusion that ICE is here to protect us in any way, in Texas, the largest immigration detainment facility, they were holding a betting pool on which detainee would commit suicide.
Suicide is crazy.
Yeah.
Is crazy. How do you even have individuals like that working in your department and it even has the name justice attached to?
Yeah.
It's sick. If we wrote good guys the way they are if movies wrote good guys the way they are in real life, the good guys, they would be the best. It literally, this is a horrible person. I cannot root for this fucking protagonist. I can't root for this fucking hero.
Yeah.
Because he's fucking on the side betting who's gonna kill themselves. Which inmate? What conditions are you creating?
I mean, it's so much propaganda. Like anytime you see a cop on TV, it's probably going to be propaganda somehow because they're not showing all of this. But I will do a recommendation. Me and Kelly recently watched Begonia. I don't know how to.
Oh yeah, I've seen Begonia. That shit's great.
That was great. And then Stavros plays a cop.
Yeah.
And as the movie keeps going, you slowly start realizing that he molested the protagonist when he was a kid. I was like, all right, I like this representation of this actually reflects our headline roundup we do every week. I'm where is this representation of cops molesting all of us? Here we go. We got one.
Really brought the molestation to that role. He really, I think that's what spoke to him.
Yeah. People saw one frame of his podcast. Give me that guy.
I have the
role.
Oh,
he's a comedian? All right. We can make it work.
The role you were born to play. It's it's just such a perversion of trust. That's what grosses me out. I mean, obviously,
that's what's really gross.
You know, the assault on the victims, that's up there. But the perversion of, it's just, it's all gross. Sorry, but that's every episode. But on this episode,
great, great segue. We got some interesting stories to talk about. I'm excited to talk about Afroman. He's been going through a little battle with cops in Ohio. We'll be talking about that. And we'll be talking about, honestly, familiar stories in a sense of living in America in 2025. Cops using faulty AI to arrest an innocent grandmother, and cops using faulty drug testing kits to ruin the life of another grandmother. So we got... Hold your grandmothers tight while you listen to this episode.
It's a grandma-centered episode.
We do. Right? We got a Meemaw episode for y'all.
Watching from heaven. Yeah. Looking down.
The newest demographic that cops are going targeting. After. Yes. And we'll be talking. We mentioned up top the police killing of Alex Lamorei, 25-year-old autistic man. Very infuriating. We'll be talking about that. And then you make it to the end. We got a little fun one for y'all. So please make it to the end. And then, Ashton, what do we got in our Patreon for our listeners who subscribe to the Patreon?
Premium subscription money for the premium tier, $5 a month. Y'all will be getting unfolding effects of the Supreme Court's decision on criminalizing the unhoused last year, plus Blackwater's Eric Prince, our favorite boy, drone program in Haiti. We'll be discussing those topics.
Yeah. And so, combination of words you do not want to hear.
Yeah, I really did not wish I had to hear Eric Prince's name in fucking anytime past 2018. Oh my God.
Yeah. Anytime after 2007, whatever it was, whenever we found out about Blackwater. But before we go into our main stories, we got some updates on some stories we've previously covered as, the consequences and the backlash ensues. We had been covering. So in just this week in Detroit, we just mentioned in our headline roundup, another cop getting busted, pulling over a woman, getting an excuse to take her phone, and then sends himself her nudes.
You fucking horny. I mean, horny's not even the right word. It's you.
Shameless, disgusting, predatory, piece of shit, fuck you type stuff.
Gross pervert, you evil, demonic pervert.
Yes. And so there's a cop who's become kind of the poster child. I mean, not really. I mean, no one's really talking about any of this shit. He should be the poster child for this shit. He's from Missouri, and we've been talking about him because he stole. The FBI went through his phone. He had 20 women's intimate photos that he
20
stole.
What? 20 what?
20 women.
Oh, I thought you said 20 women's.
20
women's.
What's wrong with that? 20 women's photos.
It's not.
WOMEN''S.
20 women's.
Yes. 20 women's photos.
I don't know why it doesn't sound right to me.
Are you ESL? What was your first language that is right now confusing you with English?
You know what it is? It's that guy who goes, "I'm not gay no more." He says,
what?
I like men's. That's when you say 20 women's.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I know the reference. Sadly, I know the reference.
I apologize.
Sadly, I can grab on to the life preserver that you're throwing for yourself. Okay. Yes. Your confusion makes sense to me now.
I'm sorry.
Very few listeners will be like me right now, being like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense what you thought." But yes, no. 20 women's intimate photos that he had pulled over was on this man's phone. And sentenced 2 years. Is that too much, too little? I don't know. Y'all be the judge.
The carceral system is horrible, and we should abolish it. But also, man, these freaks got to go. We got to do something with these freaks.
Got to do something.
Dig a hole in them and put them in the ground. And just
the predators in our society. To keep people safe. Listen, I feel like we don't need to explain that very much. I feel like people...
2 things can be true. Prison system's fucked up.
Yeah.
The judicial system's fucked up.
Yeah.
These freaky niggas need to go somewhere. An island of freaky niggas.
We already had that. And it wasn't good. It was bad.
You're right. Damn.
Ashton just invented Epstein's Island. as a way to fight crime. Crazy. This is why we're comedians. We're not really idea people. More a commentary.
What if?
What if? It's coming to me now. And we put them on an island together.
And we put the children with our most trustworthy people in the world, billionaires. Well, I apologize, and I will not be coming up with any more ideas any further until I do a little retrospection on myself.
Yeah, ask ChatGPT about it first.
You know what?
Spar with AI on your idea first.
It's been very few things that I've said that made me stop and go, maybe I should think about what I'm going to say. That is actually the first one.
Yeah. No, don't worry. We'll have Bill Gates on the island. It'll be fine.
Retro-inventing Epstein Island is not something that's when I take pause. It is when I do take some.
Good.
But you know
That's
what?
a good pause. A pause for self-reflection.
I think I just invented Epstein Island. I'm going to take a step back from this project, guys. I don't know if my hands are good for this.
So, yeah, he's going to jail for 2 years. Next, we've had our saga with Officer Trevor Kirk from LA. LAPD is all about free Trevor Kirk, you know. Oh, all of a sudden it's a crime. Oh, you're telling me all of a sudden it's a crime to take an elder woman who's recording the police and slam her on the ground and pepper spray her multiple times while she's on the ground.
So crazy to watch. I mean,
and do it on video.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a crime now?
It's so crazy what they think they can get away with. That's on video.
Yeah.
That we also, and then we end up there's always these like stupid ass debates, and then they're like, we got to see the footage, and you watch it, and then people are still debating. Well, she shouldn't have, and it's like, now look at the results. He was wrong.
They're like, we need to see the whole footage, and then you see the whole footage. You're like, all right, well, we need to see the footage of him eating breakfast. Maybe he was having a bad day. You don't know. I'm practicing radical empathy right now, you guys.
This is, I hate to say it, but this is why those fucking First Amendment auditors. I don't know if you've ever seen those guys.
Of course.
They go out and they just be like, I can do this. I'm annoying. This is part of the Constitution.
Yeah.
Which they should do. Which, thankful. I mean,
yeah, I'll roll my window down half an inch.
Yeah, and then they got the Second Amendment. What are they called? Auditors and shit like that. How many auditors?
An audit, just means that we're testing. We're seeing what you did.
Oh, so The auditors, they go and they go to the amendments and then they test it to make sure we still have those powers.
Our rights. These are brave white libertarians pissing off police. So I mostly commend them. I probably would also find them annoying in real life. Like, I'm sorry to say that. Just a fact. But I think they're doing pretty good work out there. And at the very least, they're annoying police officers on their day. Maybe a little tit for tat there. But Officer Trevor Kirk,
I was going to say, we should do a 14th Amendment audit. Some of them.
Sure. Yeah. And 13th Amendment.
Which one is that one?
13, 14, 15 was the Civil Rights Amendments.
Wait, what did the 13th one do?
13th was abolish slavery.
I thought that was the 14th.
14th gave citizenship.
To people who were former slaves.
Yes.
Wow.
But it gave us the due process clause.
Okay. Damn.
And then
constitutional scholar over here, my boy.
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get us off track. I just wanted to. I just had it once you said First Amendment auditor. I just had a vision of somebody.
You were just on a roll with your amendments.
I just want somebody. You want a slave?
All right, we got to get back. Okay, so the saga with Officer Trevor Kirk is he was convicted of whatever, probably excessive force. LAPD has been fighting to overturn his conviction. He himself is fighting to overturn his conviction. He's appealed the conviction. And because he's appealed the conviction, he's out. Like, he's not in jail, actually. Even though he's been convicted, he's fighting for appeal. They're letting him out. But the new story is that this entire time he's been getting fucking paid by the LAPD. Damn. He's still getting his paychecks.
This nigga gets to suplex her grandma and then just get paid.
Yeah. The only thing better than getting paid to be a cop is to get paid for being a cop and not even having to be a cop.
Yeah.
This dude's just chilling.
Yeah.
Honestly, with this guy, I would prefer that. If it's two options,
it should absolutely be unpaid.
Yeah.
I mean,
if he has to get paid, then yeah, I'd prefer him to get paid to do nothing.
But, yeah, I
But
get what
yes,
you're
the
saying.
question is, why is more taxpayer dollars going to
Cops who were
Trevor Kirk?
Yeah, who were fucking just, you filming me do something fucked up? I'm gonna beat your ass. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
On tape.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, this is LAPD's whole entire like social justice. Like, we are Trevor Kirk.
And so what happened to like, and it's such a long, it's showing how long 2 years it takes for this.
Yeah.
That's so much money from taxpayers, and it's like it's pretty cut and dry. I don't understand. I guess yes, the legal system is fucking just this fucking maze of shit that exists. The red tape and all that shit literally exists to protect certain people like him. So I understand why it takes 2 years, but it's insane when it takes that long for a video that you can like look and be like, you shouldn't have did that.
Yeah.
Fired, put him away. It's just absurd.
It is. Next, another update. So this was a while ago, but Deshaun Best, Bridgeport, Connecticut, R.I.P. to Deshaun Best. He was shot dead by the police as he was running away. The cop said he had a gun. It's disputed whether or not he had a gun in the video. People are saying it was a vape. Either way, to me, he was running away. He was shot and killed in the back. That is not disputed that he was running away and that he was shot in the back. But, you know, the DA is not pursuing any charges. This cop got off. That was already the story. But what is new is that we learned that Deshaun Best shot in the back and he's lying on the ground. He's bleeding out, bleeding to his death. And the ambulance is arriving. Once the ambulance gets there, the EMTs start going to this man lying on the ground, bleeding to death. And the other cops say, no, go to one of our fellow officers who's having a, quote,
Panic attack?
mild anxiety attack.
Which, what does that mean? As a person who, as every human experiences fucking anxiety attacks,
Yeah.
saying you're experiencing a mild anxiety attack, that's the state we live in.
I mean, it's like, yeah, y'all just killed a dude running away, have an anxiety attack at least, but instead they literally pulled them away from a dying black man to tend to a white lady cop who was crying. That's what that we're describing. She was crying hysterically.
Me killing him hurt my feelings, and I know it's like.
Yeah, and then meanwhile, and now Deshaun is dead.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
and
the classic.
we don't know yet. We don't know. I don't know if they're going to do an investigation on this further, but as of now, we don't know if that 10 minutes cost him his life. It very well could have.
I mean, make an easy argument for
Yep.
doing it. It's not out of the realm of possibility. It shows the absurdity of like not just the absurdity, but like. When they say Black Lives Matter, the reason why they have to say it is because literally this exemplifies it. It's like, oh, this white woman is crying for committing. I mean, I'm not saying she's the one who shot him.
Yeah, she's not the one who shot him, but she was. I think she was like she was there. She was running. I believe she was running, chasing him with the other officer who did shoot.
Yeah, it's when her. They cater to her feelings. Her hurt feelings matter more than his physical.
Yeah, I mean, it's so obvious that they didn't look at him. They didn't think his life mattered. That these are the people that we pay to protect us. Who this is like what they think of the public in general is that they wanted him to die. I mean, come on, white lady crying. Yeah, it's no physical injury whatsoever. She's just crying.
White women tears have been the fucking. Those should be counted as weapons and bullets because they've killed a lot of fucking people. That's just facts.
A lot of black people.
That's fucking facts. White woman tears are some of the most corrosive, deadly shit that you can. It's acid and then white women tears. I put them in the same periodic table of elements.
Yeah.
But R.I.P. to fucking
Deshaun Best.
Yeah.
And next, our little update. We had, this was a fun story for us to talk about because it was so crazy. If you remember, LAPD officer Halem was the guy who had his auto body shop. He was trying to get a little reality show going. And meanwhile, him and an Israeli crime mafia guy were robbing a 17-year-old
You
kid.
gotta
Cryptocurrency.
Go rewatch the episode.
$350,000. Crazy story.
It's an insane fucking. This shit is low key. If it wasn't so like bad, it should be cool. It'd be like, is this a Tubi movie?
But yeah, update on him. He got convicted. So Officer Eric Halem, guilty of kidnapping and robbery. We don't know the sentencing yet, and we don't know yet the fate.
But we do know The Rock and
of his boy
Statham are tied to the film rights, and they will be playing. The Rock's racially ambiguous. He could play an Israeli.
Yeah.
Just big swole. But no, wow, nice updates.
Yeah, so now we can move on to what's going on, what's newly going on.
Starting with a fun story. If you're real, you probably have already been keeping up to date with the story. I didn't think we'd be talking about this on the podcast. I
mean, Afroman, like, it's really the nostalgia I get of thinking about Afroman. It's really like, it makes me reflect on what a terrible world we live in. Remember when we were just like, I was gonna clean my room, but then I got high.
I never smoked. The crazy part is never smoked weed while I was listening to Afroman.
Yeah, go because
like,
I mean, when that song came out, we were like, 11 years old. We were innocent.
Yeah, literally didn't even. That's what's funny about like influences, because I listened to a song called "Because I Got High" every day for 5 years straight. Never smoked one time,
but it did plant a seed. Maybe
I mean, possibly. You could say possibly.
Sure.
But.
Well, you know what? I was listening to the song today, and I swear to God, I had a big smile on my face the whole time. But I'm listening to it. I'm like, it's not really pro weed. Like the song goes, I was gonna clean my room, but I didn't because I was gonna hide. And he's like, I was gonna go to court. I didn't because I got high.
It's definitely. It sounds.
A cop was pulling me over. I was gonna pull over. I didn't. I ran because I got high. And at the end, he's like, "My whole life is messed up because I got high."
Because I got high.
This should be like Dare's propaganda,
That's
like
so funny. Yeah, no, but it's just too fun of a song. People don't.
He's a true comedian. He made it funny.
Yeah, that's and the song we're gonna get into today is very funny.
Yeah,
that when you say true comedian, there's some lines in the song we're gonna talk about today that I was listening to it like 3 days ago. I was like, damn, that was a bar. That was a comedic.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah. So, reading here from Local 12 News, we're going to Cincinnati. It's right outside. Afroman's been spending his years living basically around where he grew up, with a bunch of money in a town that's 96% white, and now he's got a beef with the police there. So Afroman is headed to court in an unusual lawsuit filed by Adams County Sheriff's Office deputies over a music video that uses surveillance footage from a raid on his home. So the cops are suing Afroman. The video is for Afroman's 2023 song, Lemon Pound Cake. The rapper, whose real name is Joseph Foreman, I don't even want to say his government name on here. It's Afroman. Afroman allowed...
Respect his moniker.
Yeah. Afroman allowed Local 12 to excerpt scenes from the video. The footage shows deputies serving a search warrant at his home while searching for marijuana. And what they don't mention in this article is that they were searching for narcotic trafficking, and kidnapping. After what they said was a tip from a confidential informant. Deputies found no illegal material, and Afroman was not charged with a crime. Afroman said he created the song and video to recover losses after deputies broke his front gate and caused other damage while searching the property. Quote, "I'm being a sport. I'm singing a humorous song about a man taking too many glances at my mom's lemon pound cake."
And mind you, he's being a good sport for genuine racism.
Yes.
True to life. They could have killed him.
Yeah.
They went
with guns, tore up his place.
Thought somebody was kidnapped.
Yeah.
We've spoken on too many times where the cops go in for a raid and just murder, just like come in, kick open the door. We actually stopped the bad guy. Kill the homeowner. This really put his life. He's being he's honestly masterclass
of being a comedian,
of being a human.
Yeah.
Of taking something so
being an artist,
horribly racist, and not even bringing light to that element of it, which I understand for him. He's like, I'm just gonna make fun out of this, something like an old man would do. You know what? What if I just make a little art out of it? And that's why it resonated so fucking beautifully. Yeah, because it's like, dude, this is funny. This is a really bad scenario that you turned into. This is gold. Like,
and as he mentions in an interview, he was saying that like he goes out in town. He's a local celebrity, obviously, and like, but nowadays he's saying people come up to him and tell them their stories about the local police, and he was like basically saying like, I have a privilege of like having this platform, so I can talk about this, but other people don't get to do this. And then we really get to talk about something that I don't think is talked about enough when it comes to these like police home invasions and raids, because as you mentioned, Ashton, like it so frequently results in death and the ultimate tragedy that we don't get to talk about some of the other like lower level tragedies, lower than death, which is that the feeling of violation, like going and looking like what he was doing, looking at his security footage and seeing strange men break your shit, vandalize your shit, go through, have a slice of your mom's cake. They rob thousands. Yeah, they literally stole thousands of dollars in cash from him.
Catches him taking money out of his the lyric that he catches the cop taking money out of his pocket. He goes, "Any kidnapping victims inside my suit pockets? Are there any kidnapping victims inside my suit pockets?" Yeah. Just like the raps are so fucking funny. The warrant saying narcotics and kidnapping. He goes, "The warrant said narcotics and kidnapping. The warrant said narcotics and kidnapping. Are you kidding? I make my money rapping. Why does the warrant say narcotics? Well, I know narcotics, but why kidnapping?"
Yeah. He's a genius. So let's go back to his. Let me finish his quote here. "I'm being a sport. I'm singing a humorous song about a man taking too many glances at my mom's lemon pound cake, and he's up in arms in court suing me about this. These are not sports," he says. So he's referring to the cops not being good sports. Deputies Michael Estep, Sean Cooley, and Austin Cooley filed the lawsuit after the video went viral. They say the video and related publicity subjected them to ridicule, mental distress, and danger. It's like, out of this situation, the cops are saying they're the ones feeling mental distress. They're the ones feeling danger after doing this to someone's home.
It's like someone ate my lemon pound cake. It's like,
Yeah. And saying, okay, including that they're getting anonymous death threats. Okay, whatever. They also accuse Afroman of making false statements. Afroman said he titled the song Lemon Pound Cake because he believes the camera shows one deputy looking at a cake his mother made that was sitting on the kitchen counter. Quote, "If they hadn't have been on my property, they wouldn't be part of the songs. And if anybody should be getting some money, it should be me for them vandalizing my house and stealing my money," Afroman said. Afroman said he plans to attend every day of the civil trial, which begins next week, and described the case as a First Amendment free speech issue. Also, the other thing this article doesn't mention is that when they sued him, he countersued. And for all the obvious reasons, but the judge immediately dismissed his suit, but kept the cops, and they're suing him over their mental distress. Yeah. Insane.
And then he dropped a diss track. I don't know if you saw the most recent diss track, but he definitely dropped a newer.
I don't know if you could play it.
Okay, yeah. I'm not, but he looks. I don't know what this American flag motif shit he got going on, but he's wearing a full-on American flag suit in the second diss track where he's calling them all pedos and like he's like, "I have proof," and he's showing like he's going not like us on this fucking this fucking local police department, which
Yeah.
God bless them. You have as much joy as you've brought everybody in the world, nigga. I'm spirit bombing you, fucking energy, nigga.
Yeah.
Just take out that fucking local PD.
Yeah, and the cops are claiming like their own privacy rights. That's what they're saying. They're saying our privacy is being violated while we were destroying this person's home. Because it's like, yeah, you're on his private security cameras because you're on his private property. And beyond that, don't y'all have fucking body cameras anyways? Like what in what world is your privacy being violated? It's so obvious. You're just like, you got your feelings hurt.
Yeah.
And so you're suing.
You're taking a public L, and police can never take an L.
Yeah,
they can't.
Yeah, they really can't.
That's never gonna happen. I mean, it does happen in the court of. It's so funny they want to fight.
Once they take it to the ultimate, like you know what I mean. The L finally happens after they refuse to take an L for so long.
Yeah, and they rig the system to the point where they can't take an L, but at the same time they're fighting on like. They can physically shoot a nigga. They can physically lock you up. They can physically work in the court system, the legal system. But in the court of public perception, my boy, you can't do shit. We see you. You look stupid. We have common sense. You look like assholes. There's nothing, and nothing is funnier when people get locked up in that ego. It's like that's the ego trap for real.
Yeah.
When you can't take an L, so you just gotta keep doing stuff. And it makes you look stupider and stupider and stupider. And you don't realize you look dumber because you don't know how to just let it. You're not winning this, bro. You don't look cool. You're whatever it is.
It's just so, I don't know. Maybe I'm harping on it too much, but it's so nice. Like I loved that song growing up. And it's like nostalgia. And then he's like fighting this it's like finding out like Mr. Rogers like beat a case or something, and you're like, hell
when Tupac
dude.
shot those cops and he's like got off. This is what this feels like.
Yeah.
We have two different reference points.
We do.
No, but he ends the song. It is a masterclass. Also, it's such a simple song. It is a masterclass in not just joke writing, but I also think songwriting.
Yeah,
I do think like he effectively portrayed all the thoughts he wanted to get off. He showcased them as looking goofy as hell, and then he ends it with an emotional appeal to, did you have to traumatize my kids? Did you have to traumatize my kids?
Damn.
Did you have to traumatize? He just repeats that over and over. It's like, damn, these people are.
And he did it all in his own style. Like he didn't step outside. Like he found a way to do it without stepping outside what his style is artistically. Like it's the same. It's the same as like Cause I Got High, like the repetition, the rhythm, the beats. It's like it's his lane. He's still in his lane.
Literally, it sounds like art. I'm like, oh, this is fun. You just took an experience you had and you molded it with your art, and now we get this little fun thing that we all can enjoy. And they're mad at that. They're mad at that. Fucking. Well, I can't wait to see them respond with a track of their own. Gunshots. Those are real guns.
Yeah. It's like, whoa, they see the Ohio police with a drill rap scene entrance.
They're coming back with bow, bow, bow. We shoot real guns. They all up in the video.
Yeah.
Hacked up like ice.
It's like they're in the evidence locker.
We heard Afroman. No, that'd be funny. But let's
we got to look. We had a good time for once. Now we got to move on to our next story. Going to Ellicott City, Maryland. We talked about this story in the headlines. It's a tough one to swallow, but we got to talk about it.
WBAL-TV, Ellicott City, Maryland. New details released in Howard County police shooting. Howard County leaders said many questions remain after a 25-year-old Colombian man was shot and killed by police. The Maryland Attorney General Office Independent Investigations Division continues to investigate the police shooting on March 1st, in which 3 county police officers opened fire and fatally shot Alex Lamorei, 25, outside his Columbia apartment. Lamorei had autism, though officials said it is unclear whether responding officers were aware of that during the encounter. According to police, Lamorei himself called 911 earlier that day to report that he believed he was the victim of an online extortion scheme. Police said officers encountered Lamorei outside his apartment and that he was holding a knife.
So yet again, cops killing someone who called 911.
Yes.
Yet again, cops killing someone with a mental disability. And yet again, cops refusing to de-escalate. Yeah, he was holding a knife. He was having a mental catastrophe and escalated it with guns and fatally killed him.
Yeah. Alex reported that he believed he had been a victim of an extortion scam, Howard County Police Chief Gregory Durr said at a news conference Thursday morning. After exchanging personal information and photos online with someone who claimed to be a young woman, Alex received a threat from the individual stating that the private exchanges would be released unless money was paid. Now, this is like a typical like scam online. Like it might have been like bot. They probably were never really going to release any.
Yeah.
I'm making an assumption.
I know. I made the same assumption. I think it's a fair assumption to make. Typical sort of extortion scam happening online.
And it's like probably ran by bots. And it's like, not ran by bots, it's ran by a person. But a lot of these times, it's like bot people who are like, well, now I'll take this conversation and release it. And it's like, then they never release it. They just try. The whole scheme is to scare the person.
This victim on this day is someone with special needs, with autism, that was apparently severe enough to where he was in like a percentage of this apartment complex was dedicated to people with disabilities and the elderly.
That's insane. I'm sorry. That's wild.
It is, because this is obvious information for the police that you're probably dealing with someone with disabilities right now.
That's even more. I did not know that part of the. That's even more egregious and even more just. What's the word? It's you're not unprepared. Just
it's inexcusable.
Yeah, exactly. I'll continue though. State investigators are now examining how the situation escalated. Durr said he has requested that body-worn camera video from the encounter be released before the standard 20-day deadline. Officials cannot say whether the officers involved were carrying less lethal options, such as tasers or pepper sprays, at the time of the shooting. We're now exploring the expansion of less lethal tools, including the purchasing of additional tasers, so our officers have more alternatives when facing dangerous and unpredictable circumstances. As if, they say that, as if that shouldn't have already been a standard place.
Yeah.
Like as if we didn't go through, the BLM movement, as the escalation.
They're just doing all the typical moves they do in the situation. Yeah. First, they're not cooperating whatsoever. Haven't released the body cam footage. Will not say if they had less lethal options. Guess what? You did.
Yes.
You have so many things that are not a gun. A less lethal option is just not pulling the trigger of your fucking gun. Yeah. So they always had that option.
And it's just, it's insane. But it's just insane to me that they get we're gonna explore less than lethal options. So they get the benefit of like all their learning lessons are what people just dying.
Yeah,
that's how we whip this. The police department into shape by every death will make us better. No, bitch, get better.
And it doesn't even apply because, like, okay, just keep reading the next line.
Howard County Executive Calvin Ball said at the news conference, Howard County Police said that roughly 80% of their officers are certified members of their crisis intervention teams to more effectively and safely interact with people with mental health issues and intellectual disabilities.
So this is what they always say. They'll be like, oh, we need more training. If we have training, if we have to take training modules on our computers that everyone knows are so effective in their corporate offices, then we'll stop killing the public. But guess what? They did fucking have that training. The trainings don't do shit. We know this. We know this intrinsically at all of our jobs, that whenever we need to do some training, it's always some bullshit. Yeah. It's always some thing to get through on your computer, and it's just another way for cops to offer some Band-Aid rather than the real deep-seated issues at the core of policing in America.
PowerPoint is not going to stop sexual predation at your workplace. That should just, like your HR training isn't going to, that's not stopping the freaks at your job who are hitting on women. So,
there's still freaks at your job. Sorry to say. Sorry to say if you're a little naive and you're living under some delusion.
But you took the exam. It was 10 points. You couldn't pass. Yeah, I tricked them. I had my fingers crossed. Whatever. That's what I'm saying. These crisis. Police said 2 of the 3 officers involved in the shooting had completed crisis intervention training. Well, Look how that turned out. While the third was a trained negotiator. Howard County police officers undergo more crisis intervention training than the minimum required by the state. So that's a horrible, even like extra admission. These aren't just like regularly. They didn't go through the bare minimum. They get more training, and they still fuck up at this monumental level.
This should be where this conversation starts. Like we've now it's been decades of, we should have a racial training and this training and that training. Well, guess what? Cops are now fucking trained with this shit. Yeah. And guess what? It has done nothing. So this is where we should be starting the conversation.
Yeah, the county executive outlined steps the county is taking in wake of Lamorei's shooting, including offering the police department's 911 flagging program, exploring the possibility of flagging buildings and communities that provide housing for adults with disabilities, providing officers and dispatchers with specialized crisis intervention training, enhancing the police department's community liaison program to collaborate between police and disability community, and exploring the use by police of less lethal tools like tasers. Common sense shit that shouldn't even be like stuff that you would think is so obvious you wouldn't even have to say it out loud. But these people, like, the 911 flagging program, exploring the possibility of flagging buildings and communities that provide housing for adults with disabilities. Not that they're going to acknowledge that, hey, the building you're going into does have a percentage of the population that has mental disabilities. They're saying it's a possibility that they might tell officers that. Like, that, just the language is so crazy. And, like, everything they're saying here is just, like, common sense shit. Like, maybe we'll explore the use of police, less lethal tools, like tasers by police. Like, what do you mean? You should. That should be the gun should be your last. Taking a life shouldn't be as, like...
Yeah.
As just blasé about it. Like, yeah, we'll see about using tasers. We still got our guns, and we'll see about labeling disabled communities. We'll think about it. What are you fucking talking about?
Yeah, anything besides like looking at what structurally could be the issue, which
hiring of psychopaths.
Yeah, and just like assigning like state agents with guns and throwing them at every major issue we have in our society. And this thing of like, we cover all the time, unfortunately, stories of cops killing people, specifically with autism. And it's so common that like, if you know anyone who has in their family someone who is severely autistic, this is their worst nightmare. Yeah. Because this particular situation happens so often. Someone with severe autism who is prone to become overstimulated and act out in violence, it's part of their disorder. Well, those families are going through a constant internal struggle of when those situations arise. It would be nice if some outside force can come and quell the situation like professionals, but instead the only option they have is police officers with guns. And this is the nightmare scenario that a lot of families think about constantly. And it still happens. Of course it still happens.
Yeah. But luckily, the department is actively investigating the extortion crime committed against Alex. So maybe they'll get to the bottom of the thing that...
Yeah, and of course it's convenient for the cops to be like, "Don't worry, y'all. We're gonna get to the bottom.
We're gonna find his real killers."
Yeah,
the cops, bro.
Yeah,
but yeah.
So yeah, R.I.P. to Alex Lamorei, another fucking
25 years old, gang.
Terrible story. Yeah. So next we are going to Fargo, North Dakota. Reading here from Grand Forks Herald. Another story about AI ruining people's lives. AI in the hands of the police ruining people's lives. Headline, AI error jails innocent grandmother. So again, always this little propaganda in the headlines of the wording of these local articles. AI error jails innocent grandmother. No.
Goofy
the
ass
cops jailed. The AI did not grow arms and jail this lady, okay? The cops jailed the lady.
But we are working on it.
Yeah, not yet.
That is something we have put down the pipeline to implement. Yeah. Right there down. AI grows arms to catch grandmas. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, CEO Palantir's like, who leaked that? Who leaked our plans?
They know too much. Charlie Kirkham. And the drone comes up and...
AI error jails innocent grandmother for months in North Dakota fraud case. A grandmother from Tennessee, not North Dakota, a grandmother from Tennessee is working to get her life back after what she says was a case of mistaken identity that nearly cost her everything. Angela Lips spent nearly 6 months in jail after Fargo police connected her to a bank fraud case in the metro. It's a crime she says she did not commit. In fact, she said she's never been to North Dakota. Lips, 50, is the mother of 3 grown children and has 5 grandchildren, spending nearly her entire life in north central Tennessee. The extent of her travels is limited to neighboring states. She's never even been on an airplane in her life.
They didn't have to do this to this grandma like that.
Look, they're not roasting the grandma. It is relevant information.
Meemaw ain't left the house since the Great Depression. She don't know nothing about them good book learning y'all been doing.
Grandma doesn't believe in the ocean. She's never seen it with her own eyes. So don't bring up the ocean around Meemaw. She will get angry.
This fucking she ain't never even been on no plane.
Look, they're hammering in a point that is relevant. Sorry, Grandma. We're not here to make fun of the grandma. All right?
Okay, tell the fucking article.
It's relevant information. The change. Okay, she's never been on an airplane in her life. That changed last summer when police flew her to North Dakota to face criminal charges after facial recognition showed she was the main suspect in what Fargo police called an organized bank fraud case.
They transported her across state lines.
Across state lines.
Grandma's lore just got crazy.
Yeah.
She's in fucking handcuffs on a plane like
They probably got a spit hood over her. They probably got the Hannibal Lecter mask on her. These fucking psychos, dude. Quote, "It was so scary. I can still see it in my head over and over again," Lips said. It was July 14th, the day a team of U.S. Marshals arrested Lips at her home in Tennessee. She said she was taken away at gunpoint while babysitting 4 young children. She was booked into her county jail in Tennessee as a fugitive from justice from North Dakota. Quote, "I've never been to North Dakota. I don't know anyone from North Dakota.
I didn't even know there was a North or South Dakota." It's like...
Lips would sit in that Tennessee jail cell for nearly 4 months. As a fugitive, okay, again, this article, please put alleged fugitive. As a fugitive, she was held without bail. Lips learned following a Fargo Police Department investigation, she had been charged with 4 counts of unauthorized use of personal identifying information and 4 counts of theft in North Dakota. In Tennessee, she was given a court-appointed lawyer for the extradition process. To fight the charges, she was told she would have to go to North Dakota. Through an open records request, DWAY News obtained the Fargo police file in this case. In April and May 2025, detectives were investigating several bank fraud cases. A woman is seen using a fake U.S. military ID card to withdraw tens of thousands of dollars. Question, how do you do that? Never mind. In an effort to help the woman in the surveillance video, in an effort to help identify the woman in the surveillance video, court documents show Fargo police used facial recognition software.
Works every time.
The software identified the person as Angela Lips. According to the court documents, the Fargo detective working the case then looked at Lips' social media accounts and Tennessee driver's license photo. I mean, whatever happened to police work? If that ever was a thing, now it's just ChatGPT, and then you don't even you're sending in a ChatGPT essay, you're not even reviewing it. Yeah. You're not even looking over it yourself.
I mean, this makes me go, oh, wow. This is what they're doing here on a civilian land. It gives a window into what they're doing over in the Middle East, where they're just you have dumbass niggas like Pete Hegseth looking at AI that's like, we've identified the target, and it's just like
a school
just
for girls.
Are you sure? I don't think any of those 13-year-old girls look like the Shah of the Ayatollah. So yeah, it just gives me a window into.
I mean, that's a very good point. Yeah, it's like this AI shit is. It's insane how it's running amok. No one wants this shit.
But we don't get to turn off the faucet. The people. Yeah. And it's partly because some of the people are they just love this shit. They're addicted to turning over their intelligence to. They've outsourced their own thinking, which is good job. Yeah, good. I get that you like. I know it's more than just thinking. I know I'm simplifying AI.
No, I mean I think it's such a human instinct to be lazy. Right. And it's people at their jobs, and then AI will give you results, and that feels good. Wow, look at all this. Like you just look at the labor hours, it just saved you. And you're not thinking, this could all be fucking horseshit. You could be like, maybe this grandmother in fucking Tennessee could not be the suspect in North Dakota. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe this target you should double check before you fucking send a Tomahawk missile at it.
I love that cops are the type of people. Cops are 1,000% the type of people to turn in a rough draft.
100%.
That is just, we did it. Should we go over it? Nope.
Gotcha.
We're done.
Just another open and shut case of a Tennessee grandmother who's never been on a plane, hitchhiking her way to North Dakota to withdraw money using a fake ID. Grandmother, more like Grand Theft Auto. Gotcha.
Try to use those knitting needles. Hope you use those knitting needles as a shank, bitch. You're going to jail. Over here, learn to use that as a weapon.
There's anthrax in these homemade cookies. Grandma, you fucking terrorist.
Thanksgiving dinner in like a prison smooch bag stuff. Grandma, you don't gotta make fucking. Never mind.
Let's see where we at. In his charging documents, the detective wrote that Lips appeared to be the suspect based on facial features, body type, hairstyle, and color. Great. Lips told WDAY News that no one from the Fargo Police Department ever called to question her. So now we're getting to, it's always the second half of these AI stories. First, they're lazy and they use the AI results, and then it's like it's criminal negligence after that. So they never called in to question her. Officers from North Dakota did not pick up Lips from her jail cell in Tennessee until October 30th, 108 days after her arrest. The next day, she made her first appearance in a North Dakota courtroom to fight the charges. Quote, "If the only thing you have is facial recognition, I might want to dig a little deeper," said Jay Greenwood, the lawyer representing Lips in North Dakota. Greenwood immediately asked Lips for her bank records. Once they were in hand, Fargo police met with him and Lips at the Cass County Jail on December 19th. She had already been in jail for more than 5 months. It was the first time police interviewed her. Her bank records showed she was more than 1,200 miles away at home in Tennessee at the same time police claimed she was in Fargo committing fraud. Quote, "Around the same time, she's depositing Social Security checks. She is buying cigarettes at a gas station. Around the same time, she is buying pizza. She is using a Cash App to buy an Uber Eats," Greenwood said. On Christmas, so again, pause. This is the most basic step one police work that you should be doing before you throw a grandmother in fucking jail.
And the fact that it took them 5 months to get to step one.
Mm-hmm. And they never got to step one. Her lawyer just did this very basic thing.
They really just grab people, throw them away. We'll figure it out later. Literally kidnap people. They kidnapped a grandma.
Heartless. A grandma.
I know.
An old white lady.
I know.
They're supposed to love the police.
I know. That's how you know the judicial system is just it's an evil, violent force that it's discriminate. I'm not going to say it's indiscriminate.
I almost said indiscriminate. I almost said something crazy right there. I got so angry. I almost said some wild shit.
No, That's just discriminate for sure.
Let me back
but
up.
also, sometimes on the, not, it can indiscriminate.
Yeah.
It don't give a fuck. It'll take a old white lady.
It's a
well.
machine. It's a machine.
It loves black people, but it'll eat some old white bitches.
On Christmas Eve, 5 days after, it's so sad. Old white lady Christmas Eve. On Christmas Eve.
It's like they chose to do.
It is.
Should we go out and do the saddest, most depraved thing we do?
Yeah. They're like Dr. Evil.
How would we make this the most fucked up? We could do it today, but today's December 12th. Let's wait a couple days.
Yeah.
Christmas fucking Eve.
On Christmas Eve.
Santa, is that you? Bah, no, bitch, get on the ground.
5 days after the interview with Fargo police, the case was dismissed and she was released from jail. But Lips was now stranded in Fargo. Quote, I had my summer clothes on, no coat. It was so cold outside, snow on the ground. So we're Christmas Eve, December, winter in the Midwest, in North Dakota, Fargo. Like, imagine your imagery of Fargo.
Every trailer
I've
never seen the show, but all the trailers look cold.
Yes. I wanted out, but I didn't know what I was going to do, how I was going to get home. Fargo did not cover Angela's expenses, Fargo police did not cover Angela's expenses to get home after her release from jail.
You think if we paid for you, we'd have to pay for every innocent person we fucking grabbed and threw in the jails.
Now listen to this. This tells you everything you need to know about defense attorneys versus the police and prosecutors. Fargo police did not cover Angela's expenses to get home after her release from jail. Local defense attorneys gave her money to pay for a hotel room and food on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. That tells you everything you know about what the fucking quote-unquote justice system, right? There's one, you know what? I'm reading this book right now. It's a very good book, Propaganda. I recommend it. But he says, he doesn't use the term justice system. He uses the term punishment bureaucracy. And I love that because just the term justice system is fucking propaganda.
Yeah.
Like, this shit is not, the goal of this machine is not to achieve this nuanced idea of what justice could be. Mm-hmm. The goal of this machine is punishment, is to arrest more people, is to ask questions later, get the numbers up. And that's what we're seeing with this fucking old lady. Like, how could you imagine cops stranding an old lady? Like, it all comes from what the system is asking from them that then creates these agents that become monsters that can inflict harm on innocent people like this.
Oh, no, yeah. I do think that phrasing definitely puts a better lens on how it creates monster cops because it's just a punishment system.
Yes. So her defense attorneys put her up in a hotel and bought her dinner, bought her food on Christmas because she's literally now a homeless lady with no winter coat in Fargo in December.
The most demonic thing it's like just leaving this lady out to freeze. They would have let her die. That's so crazy.
Yep. The day after Christmas, F5 project founder Adam Martin drove Lips to Chicago so she could get home to Tennessee. Fargo-based F5 Project is an organization providing services and resources to individuals struggling with incarceration, mental health, and addiction. Quote, I'm just glad it's over. I'll never go back to North Dakota, Lips said. For more than a week, WDay News tried to arrange an on-camera interview with Fargo Police Chief David Cebulski to discuss the case. Through a spokesperson, the chief declined an on-camera interview. WDay News brought the issue up on Wednesday, March 11th, at Cebulski's retirement news conference. Hell yeah. Quote, why did nobody from Fargo Police ever speak with Angela Lips for the 5 months she was in jail? Cebulski was asked. Quote, thank you, Matt, for that question. But we are not here to talk about that day today, Cebulski replied. Yeah. We're celebrating my flawless record as the chief of police here in Fargo, North Dakota.
And on that note, I quit.
Yeah, I'm out. Where's my pension? Lips is back home in Tennessee now, but is still feeling the impact from the incident. She told WDay News that no one from the Fargo Police Department has apologized for the incident. Unable to pay her bills from jail, she lost her home, her car, and even her dog.
Jesus fucking Christ. Dog.
Fargo police say the bank fraud case is still under investigation and no arrests have been made.
Well, that was our first try. All right, so we do it again, fellas. Round two.
They're like, no arrests have been made. Look, we tried making an arrest.
We fucked up a grandma, man. Damn, dude. Dude, this is crazy. She's owed so much.
Yeah,
I can't. It's like,
I mean, she lost your dog. Like that's literally irreplaceable.
It's like, how does she rebuild? How does this 51-year-old lady who has to explain a 5-month gap in her resume? I was a little. What's the word? I forgot it. Like, that's the word.
What's the word?
Incapacitated.
Incapacitated. Damn.
That's the word. Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate
it. Either one of us at some point, either me or Quincy has to be the Ashton Whisperer. Try to figure out what's going on. What's the calculus going on?
I wish I had a second person at all times. Translate this. I'm thinking of something. I just can't say the words.
But yeah, I mean, this story about this it's like, the fucking like story of Job from the Bible. Like every God, except in this case, the cops keep throwing more and more bullshit on this innocent person. Hasn't done shit. It keeps getting absurdly worse. At the end, she's stranded, homeless in the sense she's stranded in North Dakota, but also in the sense they took away her home because she couldn't pay her mortgage while in jail. Doesn't have a car, doesn't even have her fucking damn dog.
I think we finally reached peak podcast. Joffrey just called God a cop. That's crazy. The original cop. The devil. He's like, Acre. I've been saying Acre.
Yeah, probably.
All he does is but yeah, let's move on. Shout out to God bless that grandma, man.
Yeah.
Hold your grandmas tight.
Angela Lips.
Yeah. What a sexy name. Sorry.
It's okay.
So I'm gonna write that one down from a drag queen. Like, Angela Lips. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
But all right, we're gonna go to Colorado via CBS News. Disabled Colorado grandmother. Wow, grandma's getting the short end of the stick this week.
On the ropes.
Not good. We fucking them. Damn. Disabled Colorado grandmother fights back after notoriously unreliable drug test finds cocaine in her purse. Holly Bennett doesn't remember the ambulance that
Holly Bennett. By the way, another amazing old lady name.
Holly Bennett. Holly.
She was hot back in the day.
Yeah, Holly. Oh, come on, bro. I'm just trying to see if Holly Bennett would go to the Sadie Hawkins dance. I heard there's not going to be any colors there. We can go to the ice cream social. They're doing some sort of, I don't fucking know. Sorry. They're all dancing a jig.
Yeah, John Travolta, cigarette.
Yeah, she has the type of name that Trump wants to go back to like that era when that name was popping.
Yeah.
But Holly Bennett doesn't remember the ambulance that rushed her to a Colorado hospital in septic shock, or the MRI that showed her back was riddled with abscesses, or the emergency surgery that saved her life. All she remembers is waking up to a Boulder police officer standing in her hospital room.
Literal nightmare.
Yeah,
dude.
just like,
already she's going through a nightmare, right? Health emergency.
Yeah. Am I in hell? Yes. Yes, you are, Miss Holly.
Not to your loved ones, to a fucking cop with a baggie and a nightstick.
Well. Finally waking up from that bender.
Finally, you're conscious. I can't knock you unconscious if you're not conscious. Finally.
And he says, I'm giving you a ticket for possession of cocaine. I said, cocaine? Cocaine. I don't do cocaine. And he said, well, that's what was in your purse. Bennett says the hospital found a prescription drug crushed in her purse and turned it over to police, who, using what's known as a colorimetric field test, I might have pronounced that wrong, determined if it was cocaine. The Boulder District Attorney's Office offered Bennett diversion if she pleaded guilty to possession. She refused. That's real. I don't know what diversion is, but it sounds like maybe a lesser punishment.
Some sort of lesser punishment.
Context clues, gonna have to use those here. I don't want to lie, she said. Instead, she hired attorney Noah Stout to represent her. What a real ass grandma. Yo, old people, sometimes
it's wrong to lie.
Yeah, literally that. They stick to their constitution, but might be weak.
Yeah.
But they
stick to their morals.
Yeah.
I don't lie, and I'll never dance with a
Grandma,
colored.
they're going to gang rape. You need to lie, okay? No. I don't want to lie, she insisted, or she said. Instead, she hired attorney Noah Stout to represent her. The prosecutor said, "This is pretty cut and dry," said Stout. He says the prosecutor refused to retest the substance despite research showing colorimetric drug tests have a false positive rate of nearly 40%.
Crazy.
Sugar,
Crazy.
That's how do those
Should be illegal to use if you're a cop.
So you mean they don't work?
Yeah.
If a pregnancy test had only a 60% like not a 60% failure rate, but like a 60%, only
40% false positive.
Yeah, that's cool.
That would not be on the shelves.
That literally,
let alone that false positive caused you to go to fucking jail.
That is literally nuts.
But again, it shows, and this is not like, this is a known thing that cops have used these faulty drug tests, know they're faulty drug tests, still use them. Prosecutors still accept them. We know, and again, it goes back to like punishment and bureaucracy.
Yeah.
Like this is not a justice system. This is a punishment system. They know what their goals are. They're not justice, they're punishment.
And you think more care would be taken when playing with something as sensitive as people's lives, the most serious thing that you could affect, which is throwing somebody in jail and just completely traumatized. It's a trauma machine immediately. Yeah. As soon as a cop comes near you, you're about to experience, if you have to engage with the cops or courts, you're about to, you want to talk about stress, your nervous system goes into a wreck. It's straight up trauma from the beginning. So you would think they put a little bit more care and double check before they fundamentally warp someone's life, but they don't. The Department of Justice has warned.
So wait.
Oh, sorry. Sugar, vitamins, even bird feces has tested positive for illegal drugs, resulting in an estimated 30,000 people being wrongfully charged each year.
How do we allow this to continue? Sorry, I won't interrupt again, but it's just insane.
That 30,000 people is crazy.
A year, and we keep continuing this. What? Make this shit illegal.
Is that not an epidemic? A fucking pandemic or some shit? Like that's crazy. Your system has a major flaw in it.
Yeah.
A very obvious one. The Department of Justice has warned the test should not be used as a basis for an arrest and that a second lab test should be used to confirm the results. But according to the University of Pennsylvania, Carey Law School, 90% of prosecutors accept guilty pleas without any follow-up testing.
Yep.
With a 40% false positive rate. That is crazy.
Bro.
That's
why we say fuck prosecutors, dude. It's like, I know obviously not every prosecutor is going to be like in the same realm of a police officer general mentality. Sure. But overall, they're working hand in step with the cops. They got the same goals, punishment.
When you're standing in front of law enforcement, then they shake something and they're like, you have it. People don't know how they can fight that. And so they're just taking deals, said Rep. Jennifer Bacon. She and State Rep. Lindsey Gilchrist are hoping to change that with a bill that requires law enforcement who use the test to issue a ticket instead of making an arrest in misdemeanor cases and advises people before they make a plea deal in the felony case or the test errors rate, of the test errors rate. So informing people, telling them that like, yes, you got you were tested positive for cocaine, but also if people
this test is bullshit and lies.
40% false positive. You'd be like, hey, let me. I'm gonna do my own. Man, that's bird shit.
Yeah.
Defendants would also have a right to request a second test by a lab. All those months of paying for an attorney and the stress of that, it's just not fair, said Gilchrist. So we just wanted to make sure that it's not that case anymore in Colorado. Bennett testified in favor of the bill. I'm sure she did. I want people to know that they can fight it. They should be able to demand a retest without having to hire a lawyer. Stout said Bennett got a second test only after she agreed to pay for it. He says it showed the substance in her purse was prescribed medicine, not cocaine.
Also, fuck the person in the hospital who reported the cops after finding a powdered substance in an old lady.
Bro, come on.
Let the old, like, even if why can't old ladies do cocaine?
That's crazy that you snitching on an old lady.
Let an old lady do cocaine.
I know I'm a little bit more flexible as a person. I don't give a fuck if you have a bag of cocaine.
No matter the age.
I don't care.
Doesn't affect me.
Do I need to know if I'm a doctor? Do I need to know was the substance you took cocaine? Sure, that makes sense. Do I need to now inform police? What happened to the Hippocratic Oath, bro?
Yeah, it's true.
Ain't that something?
More like the Hippocratic oath.
Yeah, fucking
Damn.
cook their ass, bro.
Thank you.
Dumbass doctors, stupid ass.
Legalize cocaine for old ladies. Let's start.
Yeah.
I think the way we have it set up in the beginning of the life makes sense. Like, okay, you're under 21, you can't drink. But then you're over 21, you can drink. But then you're 60, you could do whatever the hell. You could do cocaine, heroin.
Once you hit retirement age, which is, we should lower it, you should be able to ball the fuck out. Heroin,
and once you're 100, you should be allowed to kill one person.
That is of the billionaire class.
We'll add some stipulations. Yeah.
It has to be another 100.
Another 100. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Okay, this solves the population control. But, okay, let me finish this. Me and Joff are not ideas people, guys. Yeah. Again, this episode.
Remember, this is a comedy podcast.
But that's the story.
That's the story. Shout out to grandmas everywhere.
Yeah.
All the grandmas listening. We love y'all. We got a fun one to round this out. We deserve it after all that. We're going to New York, baby. Reading here from Fox News. Former New York DARE officer admits to selling drugs while in uniform in his squad car. That's what you call a headline, folks. That's what you call economy of words, gang.
You don't even got to read the rest of this article. If more headlines are written like this, that's why I wouldn't read. I got everything in the fucking...
Each word packs a new punch. That's fucking six-piece of a headline right there.
Officer, that nigga was evil. I mean, not evil, but he was... He knew what he was doing.
That's a hypocritic oath right there.
Come on, bro. I mean... Damn.
Yeah. All right, let's get into this. So it's a short. So I'll just read the whole thing. It's short, and then we'll talk about it. Okay. A former New York State officer who also served as a cop for the Drug Abuse Resistance Education Program has admitted to selling drugs while on duty. Michael Tapscott pleaded guilty in Ontario County Court to 40 drug-related charges, Rochester First reported. He resigned from the Geneva Police Department last year after he was accused of selling Adderall, a Schedule II controlled substance, to someone at a used car dealership.
Funny. This is so... The funny part is, this actually shifts my entire perspective on DARE. Because I'm so simple. I'm thinking DARE is just weed and shit. Like, they're just trying to get kids to stop smoking weed. I forget, this real drugs.
Yeah, no, you don't remember the cartoon needle injection? Don't forget about me. Don't do me. I'm bad too.
That was so far removed from my world that I didn't even register that shit.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't even.
I was like, I will never do heroin. I will never drink weed, never drink alcohol, and I will never smoke weed.
And a spoon. And it's like, don't do it.
Yeah. The spoon has like devil horns on it.
What's wrong with cereal?
Children, I will just avoid spoons at all costs.
Yeah.
Here's a lesson on chopsticks.
Yeah, no, I think that's like, this is insane. It's like finding out that Daryl Lyon was like also El Chapo's second in command. What?
Yeah, dude.
He was.
So he was caught selling Adderall to someone at a used car dealership while on duty and in his squad car. While teaching a DARE lesson to children in his back seat. Might as well have been.
Don't do this.
Yeah.
This what I'm doing?
See me getting paid.
No, that's so, honestly, it makes the most sense. It's like, why go search for a clientele when your job will just tell you, you gotta stop. They'll show you who to go sell it to. They're like, these kids are doing drugs. You gotta go. You're a DARE officer. That means you know the kids who are. Yeah.
Are you teaching them? Is it a lesson or is it a sales pitch in front of these kids? He's like, don't smoke weed. All right, you're gonna spend all day just chuckling with your friends, eating food that's extra delicious. And if you're interested in that, please hit up the guy who will be me in my squad car wearing this uniform in the parking lot of the school.
Yeah, don't smoke their weed. Smoke my weed. This is. I mean, this story is so funny. It's just so.
It is.
I guess it's just like, wow.
You think the cop who's a DARE cop and selling drugs on the side, like, is he doing it like in his mind? is he being like, is he doing it in like an evil way? Like, I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck. Or in his mind, is he like,
How does
this
he
is
judge-
hilarious.
Yeah, I know. I'm like,
This is pretty funny.
What is his mindset on this? What is his like? Is he just like evil, or is he like, nah, I'm just selling some kids some fucking Adderall?
I mean, how many people you think get jobs as cops because they were like fuck ups? You know, as we have discussed a lot on this podcast, the way to enter the police force is not that high of a bar, right? You don't need a degree. You just need some training, and then you're on board. How many people, like, it was never their dream to be a cop. They're not even particularly pro-cop. They might have even, been in some shit when they were younger, but they're trying to get their life together. And they're like, I think I could do this. Dude. And now they're doing it. They're still the same old guy.
Listen, I can empathize with not having direction in your life. For many people, this is a lot of people. Yeah. I didn't want to say majority, but a large swath of people struggle finding direction in their life, especially, and to be fair, look at the options we got. Yeah. Maybe I get you not wanting to be fucking email person or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I empathize because even sometimes you want to talk about, are we talking about intrusive thoughts? Not having any. I just thought of it intrusive thoughts. Once I was driving by the Marines. I was in an Uber and they had the Marine building. I was like, I could be a Marine. Yeah. Oh wait, I forgot. Now? I forgot. I don't even like the military. I get because I'd be like, man, what could I do if comedy doesn't? If this shit stops, what could I do? Marines? No, wait, I don't even like I get the thought coming across. Like, what else is there? Yeah. So if someone like me who doesn't even fuck with them thinks that, then I'm sure a person who...
I mean, that's a lot of the NYPD you see, like, walking around. Like, you would not imagine this dude would be a cop if he didn't have that uniform on.
Like, I just didn't know what else I was, I was 18. Yeah. My mom said, you got to figure out something. And then I was like, I'd be a cop.
Yeah.
That's right.
I didn't want to go to the military because I don't want to support our imperial war machine of capitalism, racial dominance. So I thought, maybe I'd be NYPD on the police force instead.
That's exactly what they said. They had the language and words to say exactly fucking that. But
I think I just invented a new sentence.
I don't think that a cop would, and they're never in their fucking life. No, but I do. How could I could see being a dare officer, or like a school cop, but my justification would be like, if I had to be a cop, I want to go to what I would assume would be the safest place to cop, which I would say, and I would justify that, okay, I'd have to deal with like 1 to 2 mass shootings, school shootings in my lifetime. Yeah, I dodged those 2 shit the rest of the years.
I mean, I don't got to stop them.
Yeah, I clearly.
No one will get mad at me if I don't stop them. I mean, a couple people will get mad.
So I hear the justification. I'd be like, don't fucking.
I'll deal with the parents, just like the teachers. The parents.
Okay, I'll just get moved to another school, and then So I do see that. I could see a dumb.
Yeah, guy probably sold drugs his whole life. Now he's a cop, continues. But selling drugs in police uniform feels illegal. I know selling drugs already is illegal, but doing it in a police uniform feels extra illegal.
The hubris, yes, I believe. It's the fucking gall.
Yeah.
It's like, it's ironic, but it's also like, you're flying close to the sun, my guy. Yo, my boy. Yeah. You are pushing it, my boy.
Yeah.
That means he didn't think he was going to get caught. Clearly. He was like,
but he got sunburned.
Who sold you this?
That guy.
The guy who's dressed exactly like you.
The guy who's arresting the guy. His competition. Yeah. So Tapscott's admission came after new charges were filed, including 3 counts of 5th-degree criminal possession of a controlled substance. 5th degree. I mean, they went so low in the degrees. They're being so nice to this cop. I don't even know it goes down to 5th degree. 3 counts of 5th-degree criminal sale. Again, 5th-degree criminal sale.
Yeah,
how you're selling drugs?
They just made a new degree.
They made a new degree for it.
I've heard 1st degree.
I mean, did he really sell drugs? Yes. 5th-degree criminal sale of a controlled substance and 2 counts of official misconduct. The plea offer was made by the court not by prosecutors. So this is his deal. Listen to this. 3 others have been indicted with Tapscott, including Geneva Police Sergeant David Felice, former Geneva police officer Nathan Jakin, and William McGowan. Syracuse.com reported. As part of the plea agreement, the former officer will serve 16 weekends in jail.
No!
Weekends! Followed by 5 years probation. I didn't even know you could do a weekend in jail, dude.
Oh, yeah, you can definitely.
Like a custody thing?
You go
Hey,
in.
bro, might as well just be grounded. He just can't go out on the weekends.
People definitely go to jail on the weekends. They just go, I go in for Friday. Literally.
Sucks, dude.
I know.
Just put me in jail. I'll get used to jail, dude. I'll get used to it.
Trust me, your ass want weekend jail. Fuck that. Fuck that. Let me out Monday through Friday. You're like.
What are you doing this weekend? Oh, weekend. I don't know. To me, you're a weeknight, babe. Like weekend. Like I consider you like my other.
What's it called when you like trying to build a tolerance to something, or you say you like it's like therapy when they it's like he's trying when you microdose.
Sure,
I guess he's like microdosing jail to but that was the words I was looking for, I guess. But yeah, this shit is very ironic, very
officer propagandizing children about drugs while selling drugs, a thing famously in America you're not allowed to do, and you will get your community destroyed.
Well, also
after the CIA helps you get on your feet as a drug salesman. But this guy somehow 5th degree of selling drugs and gets some weekends in jail.
I think it buries the lead. The headline's so good that it kind of buries the lead here at the end, where other officers were indicted. This was a fucking police drug ring.
True.
And
it just so happens one of them was a dare cop.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, wait. So
that's a good point.
The real story here is there was a police drug ring selling kids drugs.
Yeah.
And the dare officer he's not the fall guy. He took a plea. He snitched on the rest of the cops, but pretty wild.
But the writer was like, wait, what'd you say about dare?
Wait.
All right. We're about to cook.
This is just too ironic and juicy for me to pass up, all right? No, there's the other parts of this story. Shut up. Put that in the last paragraph. This is what the story really is.
Yeah.
But that's the pod, gang.
That's it. Thanks for listening, y'all. Sign up for the Patreon.
Bye.